Good morning and welcome to a special edition of Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech was delivered in front of 250,000 people from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. That was August 28, 1963. But did you know that just 2 months before, Dr. King was right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, delivering a dynamic civil rights speech, and that was on June 5th, 1963. This city is rich in history and has the presence of Dr. King throughout the civil rights movement. I am standing here at an important monument, MLK's Memorial Bridge. And on today's show, I am going to explore Dr. King's presence in this city and also celebrate his memory.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest, demonstrations for freedom and human dignity ever held in the United States. I'm sure that many things will happen as a result of the march. Certainly the people who attended.
So first and foremost, how does it feel to be here celebrating 60 years since your father was here?
Well, it always feels, I'm always honored to participate in anniversaries, but I am also cognizant of the fact that there's still a great amount of work that has to be done. And so on the one hand, I don't like the word bittersweet, but that would be the one way of describing it. The sweet part is, of course, that Dad's work is being honored, Dad and Mom's, but the bitter part is that we still have so far to go.
We do.
And I'm, greatly disappointed about the direction that we've gone in for now. The hope, and you always know, when you come to a dedicatory service and it's pillars of hope and justice, that is amazing. And the words that Dad spoke are identified. This is here forever. It's the hope that can become. That's the beautiful part of it.
Yes, and that was your father's message and the message that you continue to give. And tonight you said something so important. You said that what we have to do now is extract the good out of each other and to truly live our lives and not just exist. How can we put that to practice?
So I think the best way to put it to practice is, number one, everybody has a light. Your light can be positive or negative. It's a choice. It's intentional. We have to intentionally decide we're going to be a reflection of positivity and not a reflection of negativity. And that's the only way. It's almost like, how do you eat an elephant? It's bit by bit. You can't just wave a magic wand and it happens. So it's almost a daily exercise that we have to engage in. It's like when we walk past each other every day as human beings and don't even speak. And those simple things, saying good morning, hello, how are you? And sometimes we're all feeling down, but somebody's saying, how are you? And it resonates. So it's an energy. And that's what we have to deliberately and intentionally do if we want to transform society.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
All right. Thank you.
And today I am standing here at the Pillars of Hope and Justice Monument located in downtown Fort Wayne, celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and when he visited Fort Wayne and gave such a dynamic speech in 1963, 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And throughout this monument, the words that he spoke is inscribed through the roots of these trees. Hi, Reverend.
It's a pleasure to be here, Jessica.
Thank you so much for joining me today for this special on MLK. And I know that you were involved in bringing back his son and commemorating that special moment here in Fort Wayne just a few years ago in 2019. So can you please share with me about that experience and putting that whole thing together?
Well, I think it was a surreal experience, no two ways about it, to have the son of this icon agree to come and share with us in the midst of our ongoing drive to move from the celebration of his dream to the replication of his dream. You know, it all started with a phone call to Jackie Joyner Kersey to ask if she would come and help us commemorate the event by a march at that point from Northside High School down to Fryman Square. She readily accepted the invitation, and from that day forward, it gave validation to the event and made it much easier for me to send an invitation to individuals because we had a point of reference. And so after that, it was C.T. Vivian and Diane Nash, icons, started the Freedom Riders movement in Nashville. And then, of course, to have Dr. King's son come was just kind of the apex of activities celebrating that.